Hello, I am Abby Eunice, and today I will be doing a presentation on Procter & Gamble. Our outline includes the history, the corporate social responsibility, whistleblowing, privacy and technology in the workplace, discrimination and sexual harassment, OSHA, environmental law and responsibility, marketing and advertising, governmental regulation, and intactical property. The history. Procter & Gamble, also known as P&G, is a company started with two individuals, William Procter, a candle maker originally from England, and James Gamble, a soap maker originally from Ireland in the 19th centuries. They both came to Cincinnati and married sisters, daughters to Alexander Norris, a prominent candle maker in town, that suggested that the individuals were competing for the same raw material. On Halloween of 1837, they decided to come together and sign an agreement to create a partnership for a company called Procter & Gamble. Once family-based company, now multi-million-dollar company with the same principles for the dream of touching and improving everyday lives. Now going on to their corporate social responsibility. The Procter & Gamble company's social corporate responsibility strategy begins with the satisfaction of the customers because they consider them their bosses, meaning that their highest priority is to satisfy the interests of the stakeholders/customers. The organizational culture influences and shows interest in their partners. Cultural influence to help set principles and values for the company to reach the success rate of the company's wants. Whistleblowing. In 2002, P&G had a contract with Dr. Andre Bumpson, who was a senior faculty member with Sheffield University, working on the company's product that would help menopausal women strengthen bones to prevent fractures. The doctor claimed that the company did not give full access to all the data that he constantly asked for. As a specialist in bone health at the senior level, he did not just let this ride by him. He constantly asked until 2004 he finally received all the data. This is when he found out that the additional data that he was missing showed that the competitor's drug was favored when coming to effectiveness of preventing fractures of bones. Officials of P&G knew this and saw that he was not going to be in silence of the results. So they offered the doctor a massive amount of money to keep quiet and for him to leave his position with the company. This issue resulted in the doctor losing his position with the university for speaking about the issue. In 2006, with the help of GAP Food and Drug Safety Program, P&G was forced to release data that indeed showed that it was not as effective as the industry's leader. The whole situation caused the company to launch a campaign for public relations to help fix their reputation that was getting bad because of the situation. The doctor later reached a settlement with the university and company and let go all disciplinary charges. How Procter & Gamble handles privacy and technology in the workplace is basically how most large companies handle this. They monitor all technology in their companies so that all their information that they withhold is protective. When joining their company, you are asked to read over and sign an agreement that they have the right to monitor all usage of companies' technology platforms. This is important because a lot of Procter & Gamble's data that is gathered needs to be protective because it involves the customer's personal data that helps with research and development. Discrimination and sexual harassment. The company was sued in 2017 by Mr. Rodriguez, a financial graduate with a minor of economics and accounting who graduated with a 3.9 GPA. He claims that his application for the company's internship was denied because of discrimination of alienage. In this case, they declined P&G's motion to dismiss the claim under Section 1981. As a result, the company decided to update their non-discrimination policy, stating that P&G is committed to providing equal opportunities in employment. OSHA. Procter & Gamble worked hands-on with OSHA. All their employees that are handling chemicals must complete all training requirements that the revised hazard communication standard. P&G notes that they make it a priority to protect their employees from job-related deaths, injury, and illnesses. Workplace health and safety is very important because a company makes it a priority. Not only is there less injury claims at the workplace, but there are fewer lawsuits against the company for lack of workplace health and safety. OSHA and P&G have shown success by using enforcements that are strong, fair, and effective, providing outreach, education, utilizing partnerships, alliances, and other corporate and voluntary programs. They ensure you have gone through all the training before they give you a certificate of completion from the P&G Professional University. Environmental law and responsibility. Decreasing environmental impact is something that Procter & Gamble have publicly shown that they care about. They recognize because they are a leading company in the business that they have the responsibility to the environment to set an example for the industry. The innovation of Tide Cold Water and Ariel Cold Clean help increase the global laundry loads washed in cold water to increase from 38% to 50%. Also, P&G has found success in finding use for their waste by using renewable energy. According to reports, more than 99% of all materials entering P&G plants are beneficially used in products through recycle, reuse, and conversion of waste and energy. Marketing and advertising. P&G has innovated beyond their brands. They started new forms of marketing and advertising that they went down in history actually because of it. Innovation included new kinds of print for newspapers and labeling to new radio that actually was so big that it expired the name for soap operas and eventually television programs later down the path. P&G is not only known for their advertising their product, but they're also known for using their voice to address bias in creative, predictive conversations. Currently, they are the company in phase 2 LGBTQ+. With research that is done with LGBTQT+, shows that findings from the study reveal that new comfortability around viewing LGBTQ plus images in the media favorably towards brands that are inclusive in advertising and inclusive media images lead to greater acceptance and understanding. Although that this LGBTQ plus has been a really good success story for the company, using their voice to address bias and create productive conversation that has always gone in their favor. In 2017, Procter & Gamble came out with an advertisement called My Black is Beautiful. This caused some of the customers to be angry with the company because it seemed to be racist for both black and white customers. The ad sparked an outrage in the community that resulted in news stories, YouTube videos of opinions, and public global conversations. Governmental regulation. Because Procter & Gamble is a global leader, the company adopted a group of guidelines and principles to create their corporation governance policies to hold themselves to a high standard, especially because they do have to set an example for other companies. These include guidelines for boards, responsibilities, purpose, size, composition, and qualifications. The corporate governance guidelines of P&G also explain when and how board meetings will go, to addition to how one will be appointed a position in board leadership and the duties of each position in charge. This is important so no one will be confused of what is expected from each role of the board committee. Having these regulations in a business is to protect employees' rights, protect the environment, and hold corporates accountable for the amount of power they have in a very driven business society. If these guidelines aren't deeply thought out, then this could lead to corruption in a company or maybe even a lawsuit. Integration property. Now, this is any patents, trade secrets, copyrights, or other intelligent property rights owned or controlled by P&G. Patents are very important in this industry. So important, actually, that the company alone has 13,223 patents. They have these patents to protect the company's products from competitors in the industry from receiving products for something that they design. P&G actually has filed a lawsuit against competitor Johnson & Johnson for the patent fragment. They created Listerine whitening quick dissolving strips that infringe key P&G's patent related to tooth whitening active ingredient and delivery system. P&G thereby released corn foam to all claims, demands, and action rights. This is just one example of why P&G's property rights is essential in their industry. then these are my references, and I just want to thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.